Hello everyone, welcome back to Safety with Pom, and today video we will discuss about the recent tragic incident which happened in India, which is related with the Vedanta explosion. So in this detailed report on the Vedanta power plant boiler explosion which is occurred in 14th April in Sakti district, which is in Chhattisgarh in India, so we'll discuss about that one. So we will walk through what happened, why it has happened, and the critical lessons that industry must learn from this tragic incidents. So before we move forward, there are some critical details that we have to go through. So first critical detail I would like to share with you, the critical technical lapse. So on today till 21st of April, there was some evidence was gathered by the Department of Forensic Science Laboratory, and they have identified several specific failures. So first of all, that they are saying that ignore the malfunctions. The primary air fan, which is regulates the air-fuel balance, and reportedly malfunctions several times on the day of the blast. So this is the primary cause that we can say that, and the investigators, they found that the warning signals were ignored and operations were continued regardless of the warning sign. Another reason was that if we will talk about the critical technical lapses, the extreme load ramping. The boiler load was sharply increased from 350 megawatt to 590 megawatt in a short period of time, and this rapid ramping, it placed the excessive stress on the boiler components, and while the system was already unstable and there were constantly the warning signs were given by the system. The third one was the fuel accumulations. So due to the air-fuel imbalance, unburned fuel that was accumulated inside the furnace, and this created a massive pressure buildup that system safety relief mechanisms could not handle. So that was the third one. The last one, the critical technical lapses, if we will discuss, the last one was the pipe rupture. That is the last technical issue that was identified. First, technical analysis confirmed that while a steel tube burst, it was consequence of the internal pressure surge rather than the root cause. So these were the critical technical lapses which were identified during the preliminary investigation. There were some operational protocols also that were been overlooked, such as per the Dabra police and industrial safety teams, they noted the several procedure was deviations. So first one was the maintenance negligence. Both Vedanta and its subcontractor NGSL, they allegedly failed to adhere to standard maintenance protocol. They didn't follow that one, and operational checks for high pressure machinery was overlooked. The next one was the process safety management. Till now, if you will look all these tragic incident which has happened with the manufacturing and other things, the major cause was the process safety management was not taken care properly. So this is the major concern was there also in this Vedanta power plant explosion. So here workplace safety was the another thing. The timing of the blast, it was during a lunch break and meant workers were present in high risk zones. During the break also, the workers were present on the high risk zones also, which is caused the death of the workers. If during the lunch break workers were not present in that particular area, the death toll could have been very less, or it won't be minimal or no death on that thing. So in this one, regulatory framework, if we will talk about the regulatory framework, these violations fall under the scrutiny of the Boiler Act 2025, okay, so which mandates the strict uniformity in the registration and inspection of the boiler to prevent such explosions. So these were the lapses were found during the initial investigation of the Vedanta explosion. So how it is started, on 14th of April at around 2:30 p.m. during the active working hours, a massive boiler tube explosion occurred inside the Vedanta power plant. After that, a sudden rupture in high pressure boiler system was released, It superheated system at nearly the 600 degrees Celsius. It violently blasting the outward, and the workers who are present, whoever was nearby that particular area, they exposed to the steam and leaving them with no time to react or escape in that particular area. Okay, so the major cause here for the death, we can say that the steam was very high, 600 degrees Celsius, and it was released at that time, which caused the death of the workers. So in this one, we will see that the casualties, as per the latest report, if we will see that the impact was devastating. According to the latest news reports, 14 workers, they lost their lives, and 20 to 40 workers, they were hospitalized, and many were in the critical situations. So emergency team, they rushed to the injured to hospitals in Raigad and Bilaspur, where urgent treatment was provided to the worker. So we can see here the death toll is 14th at that time. Okay, and after that 20 to 40 worker, they were injured, critical and burn injuries were there, and urgently they were hospitalized. Here another one, if you will see that how the incident it occurred. Okay, here is the how incident occurred, that detailed report I'm going to provide you here. So first, a boiler tube or a steam line which is ruptured, it triggered the disaster. Next, superheated steam at 600 degrees Celsius, it was burst out under the extreme pressure. Worker, whoever was there nearby, some during the lunch or others performing the maintenance work, leaving them with almost no time to evacuate. So in this way it started. So first, boiler and tube steam line, it was ruptured. Okay, sudden release of steam, 600 degrees Celsius steam was released, and nearby whoever worker was there, they came into contact with that one during the lunch and maintenance. Panic and secondary injuries also occurred. Secondary injuries in the sense, the injuries which is not directly related with the steam, because of running, panic, and the people they are trying to evacuate, at that time secondary injuries also occurred. The next one, if you will see here, what is the probable cause? The probable cause, the initial investigation points that identified that the several probable cause was the boiler tube may have overheated beyond the design limits, okay, weakening the metal. Then there are also signs of metal fatigue or corrosion, which is suggesting the long-term degradations. Maybe the metal was degraded due to the long-term use, and that's why this was caused the incident. Authorities, they have done the investigation, preliminary investigation they have done, and they are saying that whether maintenance lapses or safety oversight failures contribute to the incident. And the final investigation is still underway, but overheating and the maintenance failures, they are the strongly suspected cause of the incident. If you talk about the safety labs identified by the forensic science of laboratory, they have confirmed that the explosion was due to the boiler rupture and high steam was released. So in this one, how the accident is happened, as we discussed that boiler tube steam line was ruptured, sudden steam was released, and the next superheated steam 600 degrees Celsius that was released burst out under the extreme pressure. And workers, whoever was nearby, they came into contact with the steam, and that incident was caused the death of the staff, whoever was working nearby. Now, what is boiler explosion? If we will talk about the boiler explosion, how it is occur. A boiler explosion, exactly, it occurs when the pressure inside a boiler exceed the safe limit. Let's say that this is the boiler, okay, this is the boiler, and boiler safe limit temperature is 400 degrees Celsius. If 400 degrees Celsius, the safe limit, it is increased, then that particular type of the boiler that will start to weaken, and that pressure will start to build up inside the boiler. Now that pressure needs to come out. If that pressure will not come out, or safety valve is not there, pressure relief valve is not there, and that pressure is not coming out, or the pressure relief valve has minimal relief, or minimal pressure will come out, that whatever the pressure is generated inside, that need a way to come out. When that pressure will not get the proper way to come out, that boiler will explode. So this happens, steam escape violently at the extreme temperature. It will causing the catastrophic damage, and boiler stores the enormous amount of energy. Even a small failure, it can lead to a major disaster. Boiler accidents, why it's happen? So boiler accidents are not isolated events. Across the industry, if you will see that there are common causes include the poor maintenance and corrosion and scaling. These are the common cause, and the overpressure as well, and faulty safety valves. So sometimes the safety valves are not getting replaced, not getting maintained, no safety checks. And apart from that, there is another cause called the human error, and aging infrastructure also play a major roles. So all these things, patterns will play a very crucial role to keep the boiler safe. If anything goes if anything not goes in a proper way, it can cause the boiler failure. Okay. So has Vedanta had similar incident? If we will talk that if the Vedanta has the similar incident, we will say no. Okay, Vedanta operates across the multiple sectors, including the mining, power generation, oil and gas. They have the different sectors also they are running. Over the years, if you will see that the company has faced the safety and environmental concern, especially in its mining operations. Okay, but however, this boiler explosion, stands out one of the most serious recent incidents in its power plant division. So if you will check the history, there is no such connection is there, but safety violations is one of the main concerns which has been raised in their organizations, mining organizations earlier. So rescue and government actions is already in action. So rescue teams, they have responded immediately after the incident, and the plant was shut down for cooling and safety checks. A magisterial investigation has been ordered to determine the accountability, and compensation has been announced by the government is 5 lakh rupees from the state government and 2 lakh rupees from the Prime Minister Relief Fund from the center. Now, if we will talk about the latest update here, death toll, earlier it was 14, now it is 24. Okay, till 21st April, today, the death toll, it is being increased 24. If we will see that another worker, which is recently has been identified as a Manish Kumar, he was from the Uttar Pradesh, succumbed to his injuries on Sunday, April 19, and the person was dead. Now we will talk about the hospitalized victim. Approximately 11 workers, they are still remain hospitalized in the Raigad and Raipur, and at least 2 of these individuals are reported to be in a critical conditions. Now, if we will talk about the victim background, the deceased included migrant workers. They are the migrant workers from the different states such as West Bengal, Jharkhand, Bihar, and Uttar Pradesh, as well as local laborers from the Chhattisgarh as well. So this is the latest update for the emergency situation. Now, if we will talk about the financial compensation and the actions which has been taken by the government and the Vedanta itself, like Vedanta, they has officially announced that they are going to 35 lakh per person whoever is dead, and 15 lakh is being distributed to the families of the injured person. The company, they have faced a significant financial hit, and with roughly 1467 crore rupees, Indian rupees, investor wealth, which is wiped out completely, and shortly after the news of FIR against the top management that broke on April 17. If you can see here, how much costly it could be. Even if a little maintenance lapse or little valve failure in the system, this is the cost they have to pay financially. If we will talk about the human life cost, we cannot count that, or we cannot say what is the cost of the human life. So we can see that how important is the health and safety. If we will talk about the legal investigation status, okay, the FIR, it has been remain active against the 8 to 10 individuals that is the top management of the Vedanta. It is including the group chairman for charges of the causing death by the negligence, okay, and multiple probes are currently active, including a magisterial inquiry ordered by the Sakti District Administrative and a separate investigation by the Commissioner of the Bilaspur Division in Chhattisgarh. The preliminary findings from the Forensic Science Laboratory, they have confirmed that the explosion was caused by the massive pressure buildup to excessive fuel accumulation in the boiler furnace. That is the major cause. So this tragedy has highlighted the critical safety relations for all critical industrial facilities. Regular boiler inspection must be carried out, okay. Emergency situation training, very important. Everyone should be trained on the emergency evacuation training, so they will not run, they will not get panicked. They know that whom they need to contact during the emergency. Emergency training is very important in this situation. Real-time pressure monitoring, very important. Even a few degree temperature, if the pressure is increased, temperature is increased, that could be catastrophic in the process safety management. Okay, the next one, never bypass the safety system. If you will see the Bhopal gas tragedy, if you will see the Flixbro, so safety system, if it is bypassed, certainly there are the very big incident happen in the past. If you will check the history, so many things are still happening around the world. It is not only in India. If you will check the other countries like USA, UK and certain other countries, still such things are happening around the world. So that is the thing that we have to follow. Sorry. So in high pressure industrial safety system, every second matters. So one failure, it can lead to the mass casualties. Industrial safety is not an optional thing, guys. So take it very serious. It is life-saving. If you are not taking it seriously, the big people like the chairmen, group chairman, CEO, they have to go to the jail. They have to face the prison or the sentenced, which is happening now for the Vedanta chairmen and the other peoples as well. And the prevention is the only real protection. So these things we have to keep in mind. So thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you like this video, and please do not forget to subscribe the channel, share the video and comment in the below section, and your share will help us. Thank you so much. See you in the next video.